I've been scarred and I've been bruised. I have learned just what to do. I need to leave my past behind me. I need to look to the future. No matter what will come, no matter what I've done, I know.
Hello everyone! Hello guys! I am so sorry. I am so sorry, but I know you're going to forgive me. I already know you're going to forgive me. Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience while I was on study break. I appreciate you so much. A warm welcome to the people that joined us while we were away. We have grown tremendously. The last time we were here, we were celebrating our 3,000 subscribers. So all the rest of you that are in excess actually joined in silence and you thought we were worth sticking around for. Thank you. The intention was to live for just a month, but life became life and stuff happened, brought me to my knees, but I'm back to my feet attempting to infuse some joy in my life again. So I'm really happy to be with you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. Guys, let's jump straight into it. This is my apology to you. That's how seriously I take you. I am really genuinely sorry. I know we vibe with consistency here, so when something deviates, I should always apologize. But I did a bit of thinking while I was away. I was like, how can I make it up to you? And I know instantly I have earned your forgiveness. I've brought you one of the best, gems of the Eastern Cape. Guys, it's so refreshing to have the likes of this person in our province. She has done so well for herself, and we're catching her at such a beautiful time when the province has recently rewarded her for such. I can see the natural hair care, people going like, oh my god, what did you do? Gentlemen, this is also for you. You can chill. It's not just about, ladies. I have brought you one of the Eastern Cape's most brilliant entrepreneurs, and we're going with that theme, like I said to you, of fetching people that look like me and you, people made from flesh and bones, to teach you that success isn't far-fetched. Doesn't need to look like an MBA. We're very glad if you actually own one. Doesn't need to look like a business school graduate. Doesn't need to look like stacks of paperwork and understanding finance models. It just needs you, it needs your mind, it needs willpower. And I want to bring you people that have done it, people that look like how you look, people that sound like how you sound, but have done extraordinary things. She is the founder of Afro Bae. As you can see, Afro Bae is a natural hair care brand. She quit full-time employment in 2019 to pursue this full-time. She actually employs 300 distributors at the moment, more actually. 300 is the number, the figure we have floating around. That she's got over 300 distributors in the country. I think you do the neighboring countries as well. Do you
Yes, Lesotho, Botswana, and Swaziland.
Yes, does that. She's actually got a warehouse in PE finally as well, I think as of last year.
As of 2019.
That employs 5 employees, if I have it correctly. And people that drive in the streets of Gqeberha would regularly see a branded fleet of her cars. And she actually opened a natural hair care salon in PE also 2020. 2020.
Yes.
It was beautiful. We've witnessed, the heartbreaking break-in that recently happened, and we'll touch base about that shortly in the interview. But yes, she's born here in the Eastern Cape, Ngowasemtamde. Yes, Khulele Tsotshan, home girl. And let me just squeeze in that this is what our homeland produces. Yes. Mom Tim, welcome to the couch. You okay, family? Please welcome to our couch. Yolanda Mbolompo, welcome into that camera. Please introduce yourself to those that don't know you.
Hi everyone, I'm Yolanda. Actually from a small town called Itsomo. However, in Cape Town, and I later moved to Gauteng. I think it was around 2010 when I was 18. And in 2012, I joined a company called Isibanye Gold, where I was working as a mine worker, underground mine worker. So I worked there for like 7 years until 2019. Currently, I'm based in Port Elizabeth, and I'm the founder and the CEO and everything of Afro Bae. So yeah.
Mining natural hair as Dibani.
I always get
as Dibani.
What are we mining? Do you stand for this? And even like we are good days, I can't name it, but yeah, I never studied anything in science and in Nwele Pagati. When I joined in mining, I was 19 years, and I only had to grade 12 at the moment. So now I'm in mining. ndafika ndathi engineering iroute ye-fitting and turning because at the time ndandi-assistant ye-fitter underground. So I thought andikwazi uba yi-assistant forever, so let me just take myself to a college ndizenzele ii-courses and that. And then after ndizigqibile ke, once I got my trade, I was like, man, you know, like when you do something but then you still feel
Something missing.
okay, this short you know. So I was like, okay, I've always wanted to do PR. Can we can say PR? Maybe, just maybe.
Something like
exactly, because I was just, you know, in mining industry is like a different industry, and for some reason I've always known about and also paying up. It's just that at that time I didn't know about being Fernando and Catholic. So I was like, let me go for PR, because with PR I can go like work anywhere in the world. I don't have to be stuck in mine. So I did EPR on my second year of doing EPR again. I have this thing, I'm curious again. So bekukho umntana intombazana yam and bendimkhulisile zakhe naturally. So bendifrustrated ukukhulisile zakhe because xa siqale ngathi sikwi-stage soba siyabopha ziyemka and all that. So that's when now my interest started coming from. Why is it different? Why is it that when you have your natural hair ziyemka, but then the minute you relax or do something else as none-like? So I figured, no man, the products that are in the market, they're not really suitable for our hair. And abanye abantu, they lucky like that. You get if to sebenza whatever, you know, right. But most of the people, you would find about it dreads, okay, relax it because it just becomes stress to maintain your natural hair. If you do find something, it's expensive, so you can't use it if you don't sebenzi okanye okhola kanye. So I was like, no man, I needed to know more about this. And then I again. So I started mixing these for umdana, and then I would share with colleagues, and then I would share with family. And then umdabu you buy 50 rand, can
I'm sorry.
And I was like,
Hang on.
hi man.
My
And it's so funny. So my mother, but I'm not thinking of branding ends. Until this other time, I went to support a friend of mine. Something in NPO. I'm a big fan of SDS gatherings because you get inspired. So I'm there, I'm under there doing things. Omni did this kitchen. Omni I'm doing this. And my name is Yabo. And I was sitting there thinking, what am I doing with myself? Okay, when the hands are the PR. But even with that, you can't let it show that I really felt that I need to look within and then discover what is it that I can do. And then it clicked. And we at the time whereby in natural hair, because I don't trend, it's actually a movement. Because you go peshe, Black Americans now, is starting to be comfortable in. So this is a movement. This is not something as a and the next year I say. This is just us saying, well, CSCs appreciate her and this is I'm getting this injury. So we need something as a mom, exactly, as a support of the movement now. Like really worth it. So I was like, let me do something about this. So I was like, okay, fine, I need to get a name, and I was thinking Afro Bae. The other guy asked about, oh, Bae isn't oh, Bae, no. My Afro, the Bae actually stands for before anything else.
Not that day. Not the day.
Actually, hence the slogan, Science City, making your natural hair a priority. It's actually before anything else. Yes, so it was that. So I really started small.
Oh, damn, man. I liked the Bae that I had in mind. That's my Afro Bae.
We stay to the lab. Well, they're talking, I mean, sell attention, man. Hello, Bae. So here is that. So, well, I don't want to lie. Nabendibona is something because I side hustle. I have my full-time job and then you know, because we promote most the streams of income because it's a lot alone is never enough. So from that at the time, it was that when I had mine, the 70 garage that I had and this producing things like this because I remember I only started with 20 products. And with that I mean then 5 fertilizers and then 5 because when you pack to actually prepare the fertilizer and don't it's just that ngoku beningasaphokozela abantu was actually selling to them something that is branded so that umuntu akwazi to recommend. Took it to the streets with social media obviously to say guys this is what I have And then now people, you know, when you have people like Facebook, Cape Town would say, yeah, phone man, and then I'm back again with my Korea. So now I had to quickly go back to the drawing board because I'm thinking,
It's
no, exactly, and no, it becomes an expensive exercise now when someone is a Cape Town, kufuneka copy my products and then I pop it out 100 rand Korea as well. Zipele, kanjalo, it becomes expensive. And again, at the end of the day, you don't like for you to banner. I'm not gonna be able to because I'm saying the extra cost. So now what do? I can't go and pitch at the stores because the selling the garage, the sales the products says 20. I don't have the equipment, I don't have the funding. If you're gonna approach clicks, you need to know whether you can produce at the quality scale. And then at the same time, I didn't want to take my product to FA3 because there's a lot that happens. Well, you can sign, but the phone don't review. But then at the same time, I just felt like I won't really be part of it. Because basically I'm home and then I'm doing this. I really just wanted to be part of the journey. I want you, the account, because I know what I can do. You know, so I wanted that to be, what if? Yes, but if you come to me and you're not happy with it, I'll be able to explain, but you know, about what's again doing and why you're not better after, you know. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should just check the way distribution I have distributors. When I started, I used the family, my friends, kept them. Look, the girl to umuntu ndizawuthi abantu abalapho ndibarefere kuwe sisike ndibona uba ndifunika ntoni kanye babhatala ngeset ngoko. And then abantu bebe-happy, i-Afro Bae, seeing testimonies and whatnot. So umuntu would actually join in, but how do I sell? So now also quickly have to go back to the drawing board because I need to gain money, but at the same time, distributor now you need to make profit. So how do I make sure that you are making profit, but at the same time now I'm making profit? So that's the thing about a business. You never really get it right. Itibani.
There's a problem for each level.
Exactly. You always go back. Okay, now we're here, and then what do we do? And then I was like, okay, fine, I'm finding this. And then 4 months later, I go, yeah, cool, Afro Bae. Afro Bae is making money. Afro Bae has a potential yokhula already sending the distributors as 10 as is generally ngaphandle kwabebacela, you know. But then I'm working as well. Ndingu-driver we-Afro Bae, the-admin ye-Afro Bae, kwandinophaa manufacturing ye-Afro Bae, and then there's my full-time job. So now I had to decide, what do I do now? Do I nurture the company, the product, or the brand, and any potential to grow? Or do I stick to my comfort and say, I have a full permanent job? Because it was a permanent contract. It was not going to end. It was permanent. The medical aid mine has given me a house. They've managed 11,000. So what do I do now? Do I risk it with knowing buzi yami uzawuthenga ngomso azobe 60 rand? What if akathenge? You mean? So now what do we do? But then something in me said, the problem is that even if you do it, someone else is going to do it. And then you're going to sit one day and go, you know, I hate that. I hate finding myself in a position whereby I could have done something, I don't think I would have forgiven myself. So I was like, you know what? If I die. I'm going to leave you guys. I remember going to my boss. He said, so you actually got to take half of the money. It was like money mine. Because now you're moving to any ndawo, you need this space to you need, because I actually started with 2 people, you need a banda baby, what if I copies? Because now I don't have copies, it's just that you're saying money potential. I was like, well, I want to know, unfortunately, until I try. But when someone's like, guys, didn't have it. If I come back one and didn't get up with me, this. If I come back one day, it doesn't happen. I'm aware of that. But then I won't know. That's the thing.
It's an important lesson, Ma'am Temba. I think especially for people that are thinking of jumping out of employment. I know when I left employment, giving myself the permission to return was so soothing. To know that being employable is one of the skills you have in the tool set. It's not like you are the hero of the activism of choose entrepreneurship over 9 to 5. No. So if you've seen yourself become employable, that's one of the tools in your tool basket. Okay. It should give you courage. That, okay, I'm thinking of jumping. What if it backfires? I can come back.
Because also, we have to face it. We can't just say to people, hi, this is labor. But there are people, they're not slaves. The money. What I'm saying, God, are they slaves? I hate that. I hate it every time. If I'm gonna follow you and then you talk about
Employment
people,
slavery.
imagine my employees seeing me like that. And coming to work. You know, we encourage people to do things and those other, but also understand that if things don't go well, go back to your job. It's okay. It's okay.
Even without them not
Exactly.
going well, even in the entrepreneurship journey,
Exactly.
it can ask things of you.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can no longer sustain its personnel. To keep the business, you may need to look at your toolbox and be like, employability is one of the tools that I have. The business can also run without me. Quick for a year, I'm going back to going back to employment. So yes, certainly. And then you jumped at it full time.
So I did that. I left it. I'm not gonna have another location in the Shani province. I'm like that. I was like, I'm gonna lap up because I came a Carltonville was the mining town. I was here because we were in mine. So
outside those reasons.
And another thing is the first few weeks when I introduced it, it's about actually came from abantu bako social media because that's the thing with abantu bakwaziyo. Look, KFC. Abantu actually know me from KFC before I started joining the mine because we did fresh in the Tandekapa. Oh, where's the KFC?
Like 10 go.
You know, okay up with the process and go and as we grow, I'm not Yolanda that I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. So there's obviously things that I'm not proud of and as one as where I grew up because in Carlton I 17 because I'm grade 12. So you can imagine 17 so I was like, you know what? Man didn't get up. I need to go somewhere and reintroduce myself. So I was like, I'm going home. I'm going back to Eastern Cape and then that was a PPE. I've never been here before this day. Then family. I still don't have. But I was like, you know what? I need to move away from my comfort zone. And at the same time, I just want to walk in the room and say, Yolanda Mbolompo, Afro Bae, and not have as new voices to grow. If I walk in a maspala and tetale, this is what I'm saying now, and funny any into. And then I started looking online. The Fumani Warehouse online property 24. The calendar after Fumani Warehouse on that is about closer. And then I moved. I left Umdanam with my cousin because Gogongo June. The guys 6 months. Just need 6 months. Then Zambiango December, and then I came, and then God
never look back.
You know, like I said, the thing about the universe, when you're doing your best, God just does the rest, and that's just I never look back. And every day when I come, I always say, guys, and every day no man feel like with the breaking as a salon. I still have my pay slip mine. I still have a clocking card memory box. I said I'm gonna keep this because 5 years from now I'm gonna look back, regretted the decision that I made in Klambi to leave the mine or to be proud. So every day I think of that box as under the Papa and I can't regret and I can't go back and do one. I really need to keep it moving. I really need to keep it. And 2 years down the line, I'm here. And
in everything you're counting, I'm not seeing systems as fancy. I'm not seeing great, paper trail of this is my model, this is my plan. Basically, you are winging it.
I'm winging it.
I'm winging it.
Perhaps I'm winging it in such a way, but do you know that I actually registered? I'm not encouraging this because if you're gonna start something guys, I'm not encouraging you, I'm just sharing my story, but I'm just saying, but as easy, you don't start because of my knowledge you're not doing. Because people are showing, he's my mentor now, go Facebook, so I'm only showing was at my office in Fumani because I was like, started this, so he wanted to know. So when we met, the system distribution distributor so okay fine don't okay it's fine I can speak to one but only pay registration certificate. So first thing you have to do, but you don't do that. You don't do that when you're gonna register a company.
Are we patent
No, and no, let's just about same size we brand. What if you go there and then go to a second and you don't Afro Bae? Do you know that you have to change this name? Ube so brand a moto. because i-Afro Bae yazithengela i-van within 4 months. So sendiyibrandile, I'm all about marketing, so obviously nezikipha sezinto esinazo ne-gaps, but you don't do that, you register, you know. So I'm just saying ba mna ngokuya ndihamba endleleni bekukhona i-product yam went to eLesotho ndingekabi nayo the import and export certificate because someone from eLesotho wayelapha eSouth Africa wadizawufaka. And then when I came here ndithetha nontombazana nobuza ubanjwa, what if iyafika eLesotho kuyasetshwa kwi-border gates and then ifunwe, then what? Kufuna the custom number, then what? Ndithini ke ngokusisi? She had to help me ke ubana masaqale sazi, you know. So most of the things
the journey taught you.
Exactly. Ngokuya ndihambana, you can't just take into yakho eSwaziland. Have so that even if kuyasetshwa phayana and they want something kungathiwa mhlawumbi into illegal, because kwezinye country ezinye izinto is offensive, even a color you'd find ubana ikhala ethile kwenye country ayisetyenziswa, and here you are with your products ikhala ethile khona, you understand, with your product mhlawumbi, you know. So you need to know these things. So sendijoyina ezi programs phofu ii-products zam seziqala kweLesotho, you know. So I never went into it because we didn't knowledge. This was just me using isibindi sam to say, and my passion, you know, to say I want to win, you know. So I'm just gonna try, and everything else to say I'm going to and obviously I know bana funeke ndifundile ndikhulile. It's only now xa ndibona i-concert ethile ke I'll jump in and learn online, ndichekishe izinto ezithile just to expand ke ngoku obviously my knowledge, so that there's more ngale nto ndithetha, because I knew about the different types of hair, I knew about my products, but
which is beautiful, because
exactly.
there's also something sorry ma'am doing about side hustling that looks careless. Aina structure, aina approach, so ingathi yenziwa ngabantu aba-careless. Yolanda is also teaching us about timing, that in the journey there's time to do X ngoku, and X can be necessary but not sufficient. Funeka uyirecognize uba ewe isibindi unyanzelekile ube naso but siyashota sona.
Exactly,
you understand. So just begin, don't not move because kushota ezi zinto. Move, and when the journey asks something of you, then you can pay that something. Beautiful news, Afro Bae has just built you a home. Afro Bae has just built you a home. How does it feel?
Afro Bae built me a home.
Yeah.
Afro Bae bought me a land in a Gulf estate. Afro Bae bought me student accommodation. Afro Bae gave me life. Everything. Like I look at it because Afro Bae did that. I didn't have ngobe ndisasebenza bendingazukwazi lamali had to go to irent. Ndino brother wam that I've been raising ebesesesikolweni ngela xesha. I have my own kid, so obviously I could not. So it's only now ngathi ndiyadabalaza nalamakhaya besikade sithukwa ngawo. Now I'm like, you know, ikhaya lam ayavuka.
Uasa guys, Asazolanda's daughter calls the home ezilalini her holiday home. I mean, that's the spirit. Holiday home, guys. If you see Yolanda and Jam, it is facing the river. It is facing the mountain. So I find I mean, people go to their holiday home and for the views, iconic view, no matter it's almost river salayo, iconic.
And the holiday home,
And she goes there during the holiday.
And
I know
what? Do you know what? You know the other time, there's a picture that I took with Imaki says Lalini. So and then it's with the mountains. People on Instagram were like, where's this place? Beautiful views. So because actually when we go to these places, sipatala as our views. Something that we have that saying,
it's a beautiful home. Well done, Makudin.
So yeah.
Does the aspect of grief come back in this time? So you just wish I can send bavus.
To see. Yeah. You know, over the years, so more than anything now it is to
say gratitude, to wish
to have them. You know, my mother was not even 24 when she died. It's just that you know, so you sit and think about, oh God, okay, then I'm proud, you know. More than anything, okay, you look back and then you think about because you don't I wouldn't want to push kangaka because they can't
hungry for it.
We understand that. So you know, when I launched Afro Bae PPE, I the poster on my profile, but I just invited for my colleagues and bosses because I was how and I'm thinking in to learn but on the day that one former boss former Zifika and card, so I told it because the very good program. So Uti, you know, if I that you learn the push land, Do you know about Yolanda underground where Makaranyana train underground so Makaranyana, most of the people are license because I can't fancy enough for Mandabagoma. And when I said I wanted to do that, I was supposed to be that no, I want to do it because okay extra, because once you do that, extra 2,000. So I didn't want to do it because of 2,000. So if you have in mind, because the short courses must. I even went to ABET. Do you know why I went to ABET? Because we know grade 12. Someone said, yes, it was a pattern. Someone said, I can't ABET. When I'm more than grade 12.
Why you didn't ABET?
Obviously, it didn't make sense. I was ABET. You know when you're hungry. That's why I bought ABET for 3 years. Why wouldn't you know? Because we asked if we get this English class, but we take this course out and the final looked because I'm not supposed to be here, but someone said count as a certificate, but consideration more than. Only when can apply everyone for a certificate for grade 12. The age and was you were probably thinking but kaloko you would assume about umntana wesimanje manje, and you know why was we trying to mining in a systems from the outside. So you can't really come with whatever like oyazi from the outside. Because the mine system it's different. But you can't really figure because these doesn't are different. So I really thought. So I thought it's my obvious but look, for long the willingness. Basically, get any position in my mind better because then you entry level the whole 3.5, you get whole 11,000 because of the certificate. No, I mean, age I can't be but at the end of the day, would just look around it. Oh my God, it only shows my lambi. And and because when you qualify, let's just add something extra and then so you should go say, you've always, because I've always felt I need to do more.
It's such a unique start, Yolanda. One that should normalize to other people who have walked an unconventional journey. You know, because the brilliance that she is now was put there from the word go, from birth. But there's parts where it isn't going to come out just yet. So say KFC Yolanda saying Yolanda, do you get me? So if God has put attribute X, Y, Z to Yolanda, now say KFC, it's still Yolanda that God has understood, but in year X, this is what's going to happen. So I'm trying to say your now may not reflect the destination. You know what you know. You know what you know. Deep inside of you, you know what you know. If it got to mind, mind. So mind, this is what it can sometimes look like. So for the person that's feeling edgy, I'm meant for more. When the but uqhuba intoni makaranoko uqhuba umakaranyana aniphelelanga, but if it's necessary for now,
then fine,
do it. This prescriptive way of thinking that I need to catch this route, if it offers an indicator as long as you have a broad idea of where I'm trying to get at, what it does in the in-between is of very little significance.
You know, when you say this, I'm reminded to Dubana, you know, in the days of social media, because we post, you know, we want to feel the pressure because with social media, we post, because friends, so it's a holiday home, and as a result, everyone wants to start big. No one wants to start small. That is why it's so easy to scam people. That's why it's so easy to message 30,000 rand or 20,000. They just look at your profile, because we all want to, like, for some of us that are big, start small. These are cool.
As big as it is, Yolanda, it's still hard. Because obviously each level has its own challenges.
You know the difference. I was talking about this, Bana. The difference about look at everyone, just not everyone. Obviously, some people are look at junkie entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, they have a chance of survival more than get tender 1 million. They have a chance of survival in years. Or man said, guys, look at Ulikau with rip. Ulikau was kawash. So we got a business. That's the thing about entrepreneurs. You try learning a because 50 cent with you appreciate money, you save. uyayazi into yobana ingangangeni i-60 rand yale nto ngomso. So if I get this, I must treat it as if it's the last cent, so that if I ngenanga ngomso ndibe ne-backup kancinci. And before you know it,
Entrepreneurship sisikolo, guys.
sisikolo.
So you may not have a desk and a chalkboard, but the journey itself is sisikolo. So you become a graduate of that school. Sisikolo, I encourage you to supplement it ngesinye isikolo. I'm a die-hard academic, you know this through and through. But it is a beautiful way of learning, but it isn't the only way of learning. Don't look down on your journey of learning. Sadly, Yolanda, the salon got broken.
Yes.
What happened?
Look, with the salon, it was not a thing of looting.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Because bebekhe baza ngaphambili, but because of the system, like
cameras and
cameras
security
and alarm
systems,
system.
right?
I just think this time they just found a way to breach the system. One of the disadvantages of salon was that it's a location.
Yeah.
Is we day. It's just that I wanted, because if you've been or if you've seen your salon, it's not just a container, it was a container that was converted. So I literally just wanted to bring a class.
It was so beautiful.
I wanted to bring
in the mojitas.
Exactly. I wanted to bring a class election. I wanted to say you don't have to be set down to get a certain standard. That's the vision that I had. But again, the risk is that amongst us, this crime, it proved it's not gonna work. So with this, unfortunately, I am going to and the answer another branch in Tata. It's not affected though. We're still continuing with it. It's just that the only thing I'm sad about is that I'm about to advertise Muslims for the salon in Tata. Yet abantu bami baseBhayi they're not like into endibulala more than it, because now I'm okay. I'll survive. I still have the manufacturing, I still have the accommodation. I'm still opening another branch because we send the process and I'm just fixing up this place. Gogo, my heart just beats for my workers, because they literally have to wait to work until, because we need as soon as so now we have two options: find a better place as a security container yet, but wait. Okay, we get a space like in Tata. In Tata, it's a mall, but it will be revealed all in good time. Nalapha we have to do that. But then our core shop is dating. So it's gonna take about 2 months. Look, I'm looking. So as soon as the demand is off, hence the unfollow issue, because now it's just a matter of looking. I'm looking. I'm trying to make plans, because now more than anything, I'm trying to save jobs. And with clients, regular clients, in this time. So exactly now about the way like willing to do anything. I was like, you know what, guys. So I'm pushing about my pindi vele, and I'm saying it now so that abantu kabebona and advertise about the the Tata thing. I'm giving up on PE. In the pipeline, I was working on it anyway. So we can't really now wait for me by pindi before we do anything else. So we have to move while we're fixing Nalapa. It was a pity. I really thought about going forward. The same concept, but it proved. But then I'm thinking, invest more, because honestly, to buy a container and get it converted, the heating systems, it costed a lot of money. Now I'm sitting with a container of if I'm lucky, get a place as safe, but definitely not up a buy. Because the people there don't appreciate good things. So I say, I get off but don't think about say
Afro Bae guys, abantu bethu, abantu abaphangela phayana, ibingomama babantu that need to pay. It's there on the page, the details on pitching in, in the attempts to rebuild and repair. As Yolanda thinks, even us, the customers, the regular society people, for banga chafi, 50 rand, 100 rand, whatever, the account is on the salon page, not her page. It's not even to Afro Bae or Afro Bae Port Elizabeth Salon or something like that. I think ibhalwe kanjalo. Whatever guys oyenza ba angachafa qonda iduru nale rebuilding process mandiyeke yabo akhephe ezikwenye, no pressure, but for someone who's moved by it, ancedise phana pha.
Also, just to add, not just money, look, there's that space, which is a good space. So because more than anything, I can't put breakers into Payan, and especially if I bridge the system. Or someone who says, hayi mani emall endaweni ethile kushop erentisa just shout
Information.
because more than anything ngoku I just need indawo yokusebenzela. So if you know that place, tell me so that we can start working as soon as possible.
So our South Africa guys, things are falling apart, but neglecting yoga, what's working?
Yeah.
What are we rebuilding? So when people build and when people rebuild, we want to support them. You know, unfortunately, when you live in a country with high unemployment,